My name is Mona Magnoveluz, and welcome to the first ASP Negosyo webinar, which we are bringing to you in partnership with the Department of Trade and Industry and the Leonard Cheshire Disability Philippines Foundation. We have always put a lot of importance in the economic empowerment of persons on the autism spectrum. Kaya naman po, back in 2016, we started the ASP Autism Works program, which has filled more than 200 positions in 11 provinces across multiple industries. It brought employment, dignity, economic participation to our program participants on the autism spectrum. But with the pandemic, we are all now experiencing unprecedented economic downturn. Lahat po tayo naapektuhan. Our families are losing their jobs, and we need something extra to bring income into the family wallet. Now, the ASP Project Negosyo was born out of the same aspirations we had for the ASP Autism Works program. We want to provide economic empowerment to those who are currently not employed, or for those who are dreaming of becoming their own boss and managing their own business. To share a short message with us today is a long-time disability rights advocate and is a PWD herself. She is among the amazing leaders of the Leonard Cheshire Disability Philippines Foundation, and LCDPF has been ASP's long-time partner. They were the first to give us a financial grant when we started and established our sheltered workshop called Project Chocolate. Sila po'y nangunguna sa mga nagbigay ng confidence na kaya natin gawin ito kahit wala po tayong malaking financial support from government. When we established the Project Chocolate workshop, meron po tayong natulungan na 20 na individuals on the autism spectrum who were able to become productive, to learn new skills, and they were also able to have fun, of course. The LCDPF continues to enable and empower disability communities all over the country. Hindi lang po sa mga taong may autism. Let's welcome the ever-inspiring and ever-generous Doc Maureen Eva Mata. Hi, Doc Mau. Good morning
Hello,
po.
Miss Mona. Good morning po.
Salamat po sa pag-join.
Opo. Thank you very much, Miss Mona. Nakakataba po ng puso. Ano po. And Leonard Cheshire Disability Philippines Foundation is very much grateful, and lahat na po ata ng positive adjective na pwede ko pong sabihin with Autism Society Philippines in giving us the opportunity para po matulungan or makapag-provide para sa ating mga members in your organization. At gusto po nating ma-empower lahat ng mga taong may kapansanan, particularly po yung mga akala nilang hindi kaya, yung mga may hidden disabilities, yung mga invisible disabilities, kasi naniniwala po kami na lahat ay pantay-pantay, mabigyan lamang po ng opportunities pagdating po sa economic empowerment. And with Autism Society Philippines as being our partners, sobrang laki po ng bridge, pagbi-bridge po, para hindi lang po dito sa NCR and other areas of the Philippines po. Malaki po ang pwede nating itawid, malaki po ang pwede nating gawin para po ma-ensure natin that yung mga wallet na nabanggit mo mismo na kanina ay unti-unti pong malagyan ng laman, at mas maging productive po. It's not just about the money, but the sense of belongingness of the person with autism, the sense of they also can be productive, and also the sense na may magagawa pa rin pala sila sa society natin, at very, very yung kanilang importance or importansya na makapag-ambag sa ating pamayanan. At para hindi po puro charity o dole out lamang ang iniisip nila pagdating po sa mga autism. And with that, maraming salamat po with ASP and with TTI. Looking forward, lalong-lalo na po ito po ay una sa ating negosyo training series po, at looking forward to more of this. And ako po ay sobrang excited. Sana po next time makasama po yung aking mga members dito sa aming area to join you guys for the next parts or next series of this trainings po. With that, maraming salamat po and welcome everyone and padayon po tayong lahat guys. God bless us all.
Thank you so much, Doc Mau. As usual po, napaka-inspiring. I like the idea na hindi po tayo dapat palaging triggered by money. Hindi lang po money. Maraming mga dahilan para magnegosyo tayo at magkaroon ng maging engaged sa komunidad. Hindi lang po dapat palaging pera. So of course, our businesses or any business venture, of course, to become successful, you can't just jump into it. Hindi po pwedeng basta bara-bara lang tayo. You have to plan and you have to have the right mindset. Our speaker today will cover these fundamentals and hopefully inspire more entrepreneurs on the autism spectrum. Our speaker today is from our strategic partner, the Department of Trade and Industry. She is a Trade and Industry Development Specialist of the DTI. She is also the current Center Manager of the DTI Negosyo Center in Alimall, Cubao. Alam niyo ba yun? Na may negosyo center pala ang DTI, o di ba? And she is handling that particular center. Ladies and gentlemen, let us please welcome Miss Glenda Loloy. Good morning po, Ma'am Glenda.
Hello, good morning everyone.
Good morning po, Ma'am. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We have quite a big room and of course more will be joining in. Alam niyo naman po ang mga Pilipino, pag Sabado gusto mag-relax. So again, thank you so much, ma'am, and I am turning over the spotlight to you.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. We have to be patient with one another. This is also my first time to do this via webinar. So this is the first time that I will be handling a seminar where I will do all the talking and I cannot see my audience, only my laptop. So today we will be learning something. We prepared 4 modules for you. So let's start now. The presentation outline, we will learn about preparation for entrepreneurship. Number 2, identifying business opportunities. And then number 3, organizing your business. And then the last, registering your business. We will start with number 1. If you have questions, since this is a monologue, I will be the one to talk all the time. Please have your questions in the chat box. Because, you know, this is also hard for me because this is the first time really that I cannot see my audience. It's not for me who are not born in the high-tech generation. We were so used with the eye contact. Ito, walang eye contact. Ako lang yung magmo-monologue. I hope you will learn something, and then if you don't, if you have questions, you can have it in the chat box. So for the module 1, we will be discussing the skills. The skills skills necessary for successful entrepreneurship. Number 1, we have to have the ability to conceptualize and plan. Kasi po gusto nga natin mag-successful, lahat ng bagay na gusto nating mag-success, we have to have that ability to conceptualize and plan. Hindi po pwedeng parang nagising lang tayo, gagawin na natin. Kailangan po may plano. So we have to develop that ability. Some are blessed with that, but that skill can be learned. And we have to have the ability to manage others because in a business, hindi naman ito monologue. We have to deal with people because we need them. We have to earn They have to earn, they have to learn, we have to learn. So we have to develop that ability to manage others. And we also have to develop the ability to manage time and learn. Hindi, pag nag-business ka kasi, hindi siya tipong magigising lang ako kung kailan ko gusto. Hindi po pwede yon. We have to be disciplined with our time because we need to learn. So we have, number one, we have to put in our mind that we have to manage our time, our 8 hours, and to learn. We also have to develop the ability to adapt to change. Hindi kasi pwedeng, halimbawa ngayon may pandemic, hindi naman pwedeng mauupo na lang tayo. We have to adapt. We have to develop strategies like Doc before nag-share siya na dahil sa pandemic marami ang nawalan ng trabaho. So hindi naman po tayo pwedeng, dahil may pandemic, mauupo na lang tayo at maghihintay sa ayuda. So we have to adapt to change. And per my experience at the center, marami ding industry na na-develop dahil sa pandemic. So these are the basic skills that we have to learn. These are the ways to strengthen also ourselves as an entrepreneur. These are the things that as a person we have to develop if we want to go into business. We have to develop a network. Ang isang businessman, hindi ho pwedeng ikaw lang. Kailangan mo talagang lumabas. Kailangan mo mag-explore at makikipag-usap sa iba because that's the only way to learn sa paligid mo lang. Kasi pag nag-business ka, hindi lang sarili mo. You always have to remember that if you want to succeed in business, you have to deal with others. And you have to attend business training programs. Maraming government offices na nag-o-offer nito. For us, for example, the Department of Trade and Industry, every year we have free trainings for entrepreneurs, existing entrepreneurs, and would-be entrepreneurs. We can share to you our remaining schedule for business trainings. The Department of Science and Technology is also one agency offering such. And we also have, if you want to develop skills, we also have TESDA and many other government offices who is offering this one. So we encourage everyone you have to attend business training programs because that's the fastest way to learn. Kahit nga na nag-aral ka na ng 4 na taon, kailangan mong from time to time mag-attend ng training programs para sa mga updates. And then number 3, you have to practice what you learn. Hindi pwedeng you just take it. You need to practice it. Halimbawa lang, you learn the basics of accounting for non-accountants. Hindi yun ginawang training para lang na malaman mo. You have to practice a bit of it. You have to start with it. And we have trainings for that. Later on, if you send us your email, we will send the remaining list of trainings for lined up for DTI sa 2021. You have to use hands-on approach to business. Bakit kailangan mo ng hands-on approach to business? Kasi sa business, di ba, you deal with others. So when you deal with others, may mga taong probably ayaw na nila or nag-stop lang sila without informing na ay hindi na po ako. So kung hindi ka po hands-on, maaabala yung business mo. So you have to have a hands-on approach to business para habang naghahanap ka pa ng kapalit niya, your business operation can go on. So you have to be hands-on. Dapat kung nag-business ka ng milk tea, ikaw na may-ari, marunong ka gumawa ng milk tea. Para in case na ang isang tauhan mo nag-absent or umalis lang bigla, alam mo. And you have to confront problems instead of avoiding them. Tayong mga Pilipino kasi, generally, ayaw natin ng head-on. But when you are a businessman, pag may nakita ka ng problema sa operation, hindi mo siya dapat sasabihin na titingnan ko lang muna. Hindi siya pwedeng titingnan mo lang muna, kundi dapat i-confront mo siya. Dapat magbigay ka ng solusyon. Otherwise, mawawala ka. Mawawala hindi lang ang operation mo, kundi yung investment mo mismo. And you have this one. We need to develop a habit of records keeping. Pag nag-business ka po, ito po yung downfall ng most businesses. Wala silang records. Pag wala ka po kasing record, magre-remain ka lang as is because you cannot venture on other activities without records. So dapat sa mga nagsa-start, we have to develop that habit of records keeping. We have training on that, basics of recording. So for those na gusto talagang magnegosyo, you can avail of those trainings para ma-improve mo din yung sarili mo na paano ba magre-record. Kasi sa generation ko, I observed, I came from Iloilo. I worked in Region 6, and then I was assigned in the region and in Negosyo Occidental. I observed ang lahat halos ng small businesses, ang fall down nila is wala silang records. So they remain as small. Kasi they cannot access, expand their business kasi wala silang record. Nahihirapan sila pag hiningi na yung record. So as a startup na entrepreneur, dapat i-develop na yung habit ng pag-record keep. And then next is you have to find a mentor. I remember nag-share yung may-ari ng Potato Corner. Sabi niya, bago siya naging may-ari ng Potato Corner, nagtrabaho siya sa Wendy's. Kaya sabi niya, alam na alam ko ang process ng French fries. Ang nag-mentor sa kanya, sabi niya, yung trabaho niya. So, for those na mga nawala ng trabaho, mamaya matitingnan mo sa sarili mo, pag gumawa ka ng business idea, isa yun sa input sa'yo. Ano ba yung ginagawa ko dati na makapag-mentor sa akin? Or, isang mentor din is, you have to find someone na pwedeng mong matanong na hindi ka mahihiya mag-evolve na, ganito kasi ang problema ko. Paano ba yung mangyayari? If you are already in 1-year operation, we have this program, Kapatid Mentor Me Program, kung saan yung mga successful businesses nag-mentor sa mga maliliit. That is a 10-week 10 sessions na ginagawa na every week may session kayo with the we call it big brother or mentor na nagtuturo sa mga maliliit. That could also be one way of mentoring aside from finding a work na magme-mentor din sa'yo. We are now in Module 2, Identifying Business Opportunities. There are generally 4 line of businesses. We have trading, yun yung nagtitinda ka, buy and sell, that is trading. Service, it could be halimbawa milk tea shop or karinderya. Manufacturing, gumagawa ka, halimbawa gumagawa ka ng chili sauce, gumagawa ka ng calamansi juice, that's manufacturing. Processing, may isang product, tapos ikaw nagpo-process ka lang, halimbawa mag-furniture, Yung ginagawa ko, ako lang yung nag-upholster. Sila lahat ng gumagawa ng katawan, ako lang yung nag-upholster. Nagpa-process ka lang. Isang part lang yung sayo. Or you can have subcontracting. Halimbawa, sa damit na ine-export sa region, sa Negosyo ito, yung ginagawa, yung mga smock dresses, yung mga damit ng mga princesses, ginagawa na po-provide yung may-ari ng business ng based sa kanyang order, magbibigay siya ng materials. Ikaw lang, for example, assign ka lang, maglagay ng bids as per this description ng may-ari. Yan po yung subcontracting. Nagsasubcon ka lang. You're paid based on the part na ginawa mo, subject to the quality control of the big companies. Yung line of business na to, later on, na re-realize nyo, dito nakadepende yung business name nyo. Kaya pag nag-choose kayo ng business, ng line of business, later on, may implication yan sa business name registration nyo. We'll now go to identifying business ideas. When you identify business ideas, of course, we have to start from ourselves. Bago natin i-assess yung paligid natin, titingnan muna natin yung sarili natin. Ito yung sinasabi ko. Yung sinabi sa akin ni Magsaysay noon na dati, nagtrabaho siya sa Wendy's. Paano niya ba na-conceptualize ang potato corner? Sabi niya kasi trabahador ako dati ng Wendy's. Nagtrabaho ako and then gustong-gusto niya daw yung paggawa ng masarap daw ang french fries ng Wendy's. So yun yung kanyang tiningnan. Tiningnan niya yung sarili niya. Dati kasi gusto niya yun. At saka may previous experience siya doon. So when you identify business ideas, dapat tingnan mo muna yung sarili mo. Start with yourself. Huwag mong tingnan muna yung paligid. Dapat muna i-assess mo yung sarili mo. Ano ba yung dati mong trabaho na probably makakatulong sa pag-business? Or tingnan mo, baka may hobby ka na pwedeng gawing business. Ang hobby kasi ngayon, hindi lang siya gawa-gawa. Maraming hobbyist ngayon na pinagkikitaan ng hobby. We have plantito-plantita. Actually, dati, nabubong ka lang naman yan. Type lang nila, pagkagising, ayos-ayos na ng mga plants. But later on, with the pandemic, mas maraming plantito-plantita na ginawang business na ang hobby nilang pag-aalaga ng mga tanim. If you have also technical trainings, pwede mo rin yun maging basihan ng pagbibusiness. Halimbawa, nagtraining ka ng barista. So probably maiisip mo na, dati kasi may training ako sa barista. So probably I can consider, isang idea is, probably pwede akong gumawa ng coffee shop, maliit lang. Or coffee shop. Kasi related yun sa training mo as barista. And number 2, natingnan mo na yung sarili mo. So titingnan mo na yung paligid. Ano ba yung makikita mo sa paligid na pwedeng pagkakikitaan? For example, during the pandemic, based on our business name registration, nakikita namin meron ng errand services. Yung pasabay, dati, hindi naman yan business. Ngayon, business na siya. Kasi nga, nakita nila sa paligid na dahil sa pandemic, hindi na lahat gustong lumabas. So, ang pasabay, dati na parang, pasabay lang. Ngayon, may bayad na. So, that's one way to identify business ideas. Tingnan mo ang paligid. Ano yung makikita mo? Capitalize on available resources. Ano ba yung marami sa paligid mo? Ngayon kasi, na-observe nyo, maraming milk tea. Maraming milk tea kasi available na ang milk tea raw materials. Kaya maraming nag-go into milk tea. Nadagdagan pa na meron ng Food Panda and the registration is not that hard. Ang Food Panda will just require business name and COR, Certificate of Registration with BIR. So yun, dahil maraming available na resources, available na yung mga milk tea raw materials, yung iba nag-go through ng milk tea. And iba, mabilis sila, they grab the opportunity of Food Panda and Grab Food, plus the fact na hindi ganun ka Food Panda requirement for registration is just business name and then COR, Certificate of Registration from BIR. So, naging business na rin siya. Actually, maraming mga coffee shop, milk tea shop na nag-capitalize doon sa available resources. Or you have new technologies. Halimbawa, dati naman wala na tayong call center. Ngayon maraming call center. Kahit na may pandemic, may call center. So, opportunity yan sa mga malapit doon sa area. Pwede siyang maging business idea dahil call center, maraming tao, hindi na kailangan na malapad ang space mo, pwede kang mag-offer ng take away, take out. So it could be a business idea. Pwede pala akong mag short orders na take out lang. It will not require a bigger space. Take away lang. Or complement an existing business. Halimbawa, sa amin, kung saan ako nakatira, sa condo, we have 16 buildings. Meron kaming convenience store. Before the pandemic, hindi naman kasi problema yun kasi madaling lumabas, pupunta ka doon. Ngayon, meron isa sa homeowners, yung kanyang ginawang business, delivery from the convenience store. I-text mo lang siya, kuya, pabili ng Magnum. So, nakita niya na may existing business, ang kulang nila, delivery. Nag-delivery siya, delivery services siya. So, that could be an idea. Isa sa mga idea kung ano ang existing business na pwede mong i-complement. Ito po yung explore forward, backward industry linkages. Titingnan mo, halimbawa, kung convenience store yun. Dati, lahat ng, di ba, ako dati, pag nag-grocery ako, lahat yun pupunta ka ng grocery store. Ngayon, sa community namin, meron siyang kakilala na direct supplier ng Magnolia Chicken. So lahat kami doon, halos kumukuha na lang sa kanya. So may kilala siya sa source, siya actually yung capital niya doon is almost nothing. Kasi order niya, kukunin niya yung bayad, yan din yung pambayad na. Nagdadagdag lang siya ng 10 pesos per kilo, hindi naman masakit. Kung sa level ko, hindi naman masakit. Kesa naman lalabas pa ako. That's a forward, backward linkage. Or you can take a franchise. Yung Siomai online, there's a franchise for that. Na online lang yung gagawin mo. Iba ang cost ng online selling ng Siomai King at saka Siomai King na may anong tawag? Siomai King na may lugar ka talaga. Because of the pandemic, naisipan niya ng Siomai business na pwede palang mag-franchise ka lang ng online. Hindi mo kailangan ng space. So isang idea din yun na nag-pop up ng dahil sa paligid, sa pangyayari dahil sa pandemic. You can have a franchise. Ang kagandahan sa franchise, package na siya. You are provided with everything from technical, marketing, organization. They gave you all the ideas. Yun yung kagandahan sa franchise kasi uupo ka na lang at magmamanage. Kasi naka-set up na ang system. Unlike kung ikaw talaga yung nag-umpisa, you have to have a business plan and you do it by yourself. Some are on trial and error, but that's how it is. We have to have a trial and error. That's why we need to have a plan para ma-minimize ang cost ng errors. Kasi pag nag-business ka, any mistakes, any errors has a cost. Hindi siya libre. Libre ang pagkakamali. Always there's a cost in it. So, now you have to test your business ideas. This is the simplest way of testing your business ideas using the SWOT analysis. SWOT stands for strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threat. Yung gagawin mo, pag may business idea ka nang nalalaman, i-undergo mo siya sa SWOT. Pag sinabing strength and weaknesses, this refers to things within the business which one can do something about. That is within your control. Anything within your control is your strength or your weakness. Kabaliktaran naman yan ng threats and opportunities. Yun yung mga bagay na hindi mo makokontrol. Iti-test mo yung idea mo dyan, ito ba, sa ganitong idea ba, halimbawa, magsasari-sari store ako. Ano ba ang strength ko dito? Walang sari-sari store dito. That's your strength. Ang location mo is your strength. Anong weakness mo? Ayokong hindi ako sanay makikipag-usap. Yan, that is your weakness. Personal mo yan, sa sarili mo. But, ang kagandahan sa weakness, you can turn it into strength by constant doing of the things you don't like. Sorry, there is beauty in the things that you don't like. If you keep on doing that, all positive things ako halimbawa, ayoko magluto, ayoko talaga magluto, sabi ko. Ayoko talaga magluto. I'm allergic. Sinasabi ko palagi, allergic ako pag nakakita ako ng gas range. But with the pandemic, wala akong choice. So I have to learn that. So all your weakness, you can develop into strength sometimes by circumstances. And if you are conscious of doing that, all your weaknesses can be turned into strength. Pwede mo siyang ma-improve. Any weakness, you can turn into strength. Kasi magagawa mo yan kasi control mo siya. Halimbawa, strength ng, alam mo yung sa pinya fiber, yung ginagawang mga barong, ang strength niya kahit na maraming China-made, that's a handcrafted. Ginagawa ng special siya, ginagawa siya. So that's the strength. Kahit na bumahaman ang China na products, that's the strength of the pinya of a clan. Probably, dati, parang preferred siya. Pero with the proliferation of Chinese goods, sasabihin hindi na siya gusto. It is not. Nag-iba lang yung kanyang customer. Nag-iba lang ang level ng kanyang customer. Yun yung mga nag-appreciate, yung mga may artistic appreciation, yun yung kumukuha ng pinya. Yun yung strength ng pinya handicrafts in a clan. Yung weakness, halimbawa, sa amin, yung weakness ng aming convenience store, yun nga, wala siyang delivery services. Pero napunuan siya dahil yung kasama, yung isang homeowners doon, siya yung nakaisip na, ako na lang mag-delivery services. So, all weaknesses can be a strength depending on how people will take it. Pero pag businessman ka dapat, ang mindset mo, lahat ng, dapat always in your mind, ang weakness ko, pwede ko ma-turn into my strength. Yung mahirap, yung threat and opportunities. So you have to test that business idea based on the SWOT analysis. Opportunities and threats, this refers to things outside the business which one cannot do something about. This is out of your control. Halimbawa, may mga, whether we like it or not, we have priority sectors. For example, with the DTI, may mga priority sectors kami. Hindi naman yun hawak, halimbawa, ng public. That is a priority sector set by the government. So that's threats yan sa'yo pag hindi ka sa priority sector. Pero, opportunity din naman yan sa mga businesses na nasa priority sector kasi they will receive a lot of support and some financial support generally. So yun po, threats. Halimbawa, threats, yung pagdating ng pandemic, it's a threat to everyone. But on the other side, may mga maganda namang nangyayari. Well, of course, overall it's negative, but then we should not dwell so much on the negative of things. You have to if you're an entrepreneur, you have to see things. You have that ability to turn negative into positive. Kaya nga, na-realize ko na, kahit na may pandemic, ngayon alam mo ang aming business registration, nag-iba. May mga ibang industries na nade-develop dahil doon. Dahil sa threat ng virus. So the same, you have to go through, you have to test that business idea using the SWOT analysis, strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threat. Pag nagawa mo na siya, pag nalista mo na lahat-lahat, next you will do is decide on certain things. Pag ang business idea, puro naman siya negative, then why go for it? Drop down. Either i-develop mo yung idea, or totally, pag marami na talaga siya, mas marami ang threats at saka weaknesses na hindi mo na siya matuturn into strength, drop the idea. But if there is more on it, there is more positive on it, you proceed to a business plan. Or you change a certain part of the idea to proceed with the business plan. And then we'll now go to the next module, which is the organizing your business. This is technical things, preparation of the business plan. Usually, if I do this on a face-to-face, ang mga tao ayaw na nila. Kasi we're not so used na gumagawa ng plan. Lahat sa atin, nasa utak lang. Well, of course, ganyan naman talaga. Pero pag sa business ka kasi, lahat po may cost component. Anything na failure mo, may cost siya na involved. So you need to write it. At first, it should not be that full-blown. Pero at least it will give you an idea on how and where to start, develop the idea that you have done. Di ba, nag-SWOT ka na, may idea ka na. So you have to organize that thought. Hindi siya pwedeng, may sari-sari store ako. May sari-sari store ako, may 50,000 ako. Okay na to. If you are serious with your 50,000 and your sari-sari store, you have to at least develop a plan. So this is it, business plan. The word is technical, but it's not that technical. Actually, this is something that all entrepreneurs should do. Make a business plan. It is a thorough and systematic analysis of all factors that affect the possibility of success of a proposed undertaking. The analysis covers the aspect of management, production, marketing, and finance. We will give you the standard format of a business plan. But I will just give you an overview of what a business plan is. Bakit nga ba kailangan? Yung number one, we have to reduce or remove the risk of losing the invested money. Mahirap ang pera, mahirap kumita. So dapat we have to minimize the risk of losing it. At to avoid costly mistakes. May mga mistakes na mahirap ma-recover kasi pag nangutang ka na, babayaran mo yun. Lahat ng utang binabayaran. So kung wala kang plano, sabihin mo pag nag-fail, you still have to pay ng inutang mo. So that's why you have to have a plan. It may not be a grand plan, but at least you know, pag may plano ka kasi, marunong kang lumusot. Alam mo, pag ganitong problema, more or less you know how to make lusot. Alam mo yun, makakalabas ka doon. To anticipate your financial requirements. Halimbawa, sabihin mo may 50 mil ako, magsari-sari store ako. Sige, magpapagawa ako ng ganito. Kung wala kang plan, number one kasi, it is human nature na dapat maganda, magpapatayaw ako. Ito, yung part ng garahe ko, ipapa-refurbish ko to, pipintahan ko to, palagyan ko ng shelves. 50 mil lang yung pera mo. Kung hindi ka nagpaplano, baka yung 40,000 mo, andun lang sa pagpapaganda ng garahe mo na gagawin mong sari-sari store. So, ang naiwan sa'yo, 10,000. Ano na lang ang laman ng sari-sari store mo. That's why we need to have the plan para alam mo na ang financial requirements. Sabihin mo, magsa-start lang ako yung garahe na to, lagyan ko na lang muna ng shelves para ang 40,000 i-ano ko siya, i-gawin ko siyang stock sa aking sari-sari store. That the plan will guide you on that. Pero kung wala kang plano, human nature, pagandahin ko talaga. Ito, swerte kasi dapat may pulang part dito. But then it cost. So kung wala kang plano, nauubos na yung 50 mil mo, wala ka ng sari-sari store. Maganda na nga yung shelves mo. Wala ka namang panlagay. And then, the plan will organize your activities beforehand. Alam mo na, pag napagawa ko na to, kailangan na akong kumuha ng magpa-register, kumuha ng mayor's permit, ganito, ganyan. And then, the business plan will also assess your actual performance against goals. Sabihin mo, yung 50 mil ko, sana at the end of first quarter, kasi nag-umpisa pa lang ko, makaka-earn ako ng ganitong profit. Kung wala kang plan, wala, mauubos lang actually. At kung hindi ka pa nagre-record, kinain na lahat ng anak mo, wala nang naiiwan. And ito yung ginagawa ng mga malalaking businesses. A business plan is a document to present when applying for a loan from lending institutions. This is SOP. Walang nagpapautang na walang document. We have a P3 program. That's a fund na tumutulong sa mga naapektado ng pandemic. But then they will not release money dahil sinabi mo lang. They need to have document to show na nag-operate ka. That's why a record keeping and a business plan is necessary. This is the content of a business plan. Bibigyan namin kayo ng tawag dyan, outline of what is a business plan. May mga basic questions naman kung anong nilalagay doon. But generally, there are 6 parts of the business plan. We have the executive summary, we have the objectives and goals. Pag gumawa ho kayo ang executive summary is just overall. It's an overview of the entire plan. Madali lang yan kasi words lang naman. Objectives and goals, remember always na ang objectives and goals should be smart. Dapat specific siya, measurable siya, Attainable siya, realistic siya, at time-bound. Hindi pwedeng, mag-increase lang ako ng sales ko. Dapat magsasabi ka kung ilang percent yung i-increase mo at a specific period. Hindi pwedeng, basta yung goals ko dan is to increase sales. Hindi siya time-bound, wala siyang specific. When you set a goals, always remember that SMART: specific, measurable, attainable, relevant or realistic, and time-bound. We will give you that. This is just an idea, but you can fill in the blanks with the format that we will give you later on. The marketing aspect. The marketing aspect is the lifeblood of the business. Ito yung nagbibigay ng revenue sa atin. This includes information on the product or services offered, pricing, target market, competitors, marketing budget, marketing methods, and promotional mix. Generally, the marketing aspect will give you an idea magkano ang makukuha mo, magkano ang ma-earn mo. The management and organization, on the other hand, will give details of putting the business together. It involves getting the people, setting up systems and procedures, and registering the enterprise. Ito yung kasama yung registration. Ito, pag nag-franchise ka, ang management and organization, technically, all aspect of the business plan, pag nag-franchise ka, andyan na siya. Kasi hindi mo naman mapapa-franchise ang isang bagay na walang document. So if you go into franchising, lahat ng sa business plan, generally, meron na siya. Nakaset up ang system, lahat yan. Kasi kasama yan sa anong tawag? Sa franchise agreement na pipirmahan mo sa franchisor. Between franchisor and franchisee. Financial aspect. This component to let the entrepreneur know how much money it will need to put up the business, how to acquire the needed funds, how this will be utilized, how to repay loans in case na ang pang-startup mo, kailangan mo ng additional funds. How to manage cash flow, paano mo siya imumove, paano siya ang cash mo at saka yung mga receivables mo. Kung mag-invest ka, including recording of all financial transactions. The production aspect, ito yung pinaka-last. This component deals with how the product is made of or the service is completed. It covers production process, raw materials, workstations, physical space, facilities, storage equipment, quality control system, procurement schedule, production forecast, inventory control, and waste disposal system, and technical aspect of the business. Technically, ito yung business plan. Paano ba ito? Sorry. Ito yung overall ng pag-monologue ko sa inyo. Pag nag-business ka, always you have a vision. May gusto ka. You have a goal, of course. Everyone's goal is to succeed. Pero bago ka mag-succeed, ito yung goals mo at saka vision mo, yun yung magko-connect sa success at sa dream mo. Pero kailangan mo mag-act. Kasi hindi naman pwedeng nag-succeed ka lang. Although there are people who succeeded by doing minimal things. But generally, in this life, if you want to succeed, you have to work for it. Kunti lang yung mga tao na lucky na, alam mo, not all of us are lucky. And we have to accept that fact. That's a fact of life na hindi lahat tayo swerte. Kailangan natin magbanat ng buto to succeed. And with that mindset na alam natin na kailangan mo magbanat ng buto para mag-succeed, that's already a good start. Kasi you will work. Without action, you will not succeed. And unlike na kung sabihin mo lang, I will depend on luck. So, yung problema naman na sasabihin mo na, sige, lucky naman ako. Pero hindi lahat ng bagay, hindi lahat ng oras lucky ka. So, paano ka makakaabot dun sa dulo? Number one, you have to know yourself. And then You have to know yourself and the environment where you are working so that you can identify ideas na pwede mong i-pursue para makaabot ka sa dulo. And then you have to plan. This is business planning. You have to know the areas of production, marketing, organization management, and finance. And then you scout for fund either from internal savings mo or kailan ba akong mangutang. Pero pag nangutang ka, always remember na yung magpapautang sa'yo, kailangan meron kang papel dito sa business planning. Yun yung business plan. And then you will implement and then i-evaluate mo. Always the business process should involve an evaluation. Hindi pwedeng hindi mo na siya tinitingnan ng areas for improvement mo. So for us, generally, not all are lucky. So most of us should have this mindset. Magdi-dream tayo and we have to work on it to achieve a certain things na ginugusto natin. We have to work. Yung ano dito, yung anong tawag? Yung word dito na dapat natin tandaan is, aside sa dream mo, gagawa ka, may goal ka sa gusto mo. May gusto ka at mag-work ka. Hindi very few are lucky. Always put that in our mind. Few are lucky. So all of us, most of us, we have to work to achieve success. I think that's module 3. So dito na tayo sa module 4. Ay matatapos na yung aking monologue. This is registering your business. In the Philippine setting, there are 3 agencies that were given a mandate to register a business name. The first step in doing business in the Philippines is you have to register a business name. Bago ka mag-register ng business name, dapat alam mo, di ba kanina may pwede kang mag-go into trading, service, ganyan. Alam mo kung anong klaseng business. Gusto mo ba na single proprietor, meaning ikaw lang ang may-ari. Ikaw lang ang may-ari. Pag ikaw lang may-ari, you have to register a business name with the DTI, with the Department of Trade and Industry. Ito yung araw-araw kong ginagawa. Nag-a-assist sa registration ng business name. Pag ikaw naman ay cooperative, ang agency na mandated na magbibigay ng business name is the Cooperative Development Authority. Pag ikaw naman gusto mo na at least 5 kayong may-ari, corporation, you have to register with the Securities and Exchange Commission. Or kung 2 kayo, partnership, it is with SEC. Or may bago ngayon, actually dito bago, 2018, there's a 1-person corporation. This is a hybrid of a sole proprietor and a regular corporation. Ang kinaiba lang nito sa tinatawag nilang 1-person corporation, which most of the Chinese are doing sa mga anak nila. Kasi sabi sa akin ng Chinese noon, pumunta siya sa MOA. Sa MOA pa ako na-assign noon. Sabi niya, yung mga bata kasi ngayon, kinulang yata sila sa hirap sa buhay. Ang kinaiba ng single proprietor, halimbawa, ikaw, pag granting na hindi siya mag-succeed, nag-fail siya, even your personal account can be requested to be sequestered para mapunuan yung utang. Pag corporation ka, kung ano yung may level siya kung hanggang saan lang. Kung nag-declare ka doon na hanggang 1 million lang ako, 1 million lang. Yun po yung kinaiba ng OPC at saka ng sole proprietor. At yung kinaiba pa, ang sole proprietor, yung PIN mo, yung tax identification number mo is the same PIN you use when you are employed. Ilalagyan lang yan ng tick mark ng BIR. Pag corporation ka or sa CDA ka, cooperative ka, iba ang TIN kasi ibang entity yun. Yun yung kinaiba. So remember, single proprietor, DTI. Corporation, partnership, OPC, one-person corporation, SEC. Cooperative, CDA, Cooperative Development Authority. That's the step 1 in doing business in the Philippines. You have to register a business name. After na naka-register ka ng business name, you have to apply for the license to operate. Yan yung technical name ng mayor's permit. Tinatawag nating mayor's permit. That is a license to operate. Ina-apply mo yon kung saan ka mag-ooperate. At bawat LGU, although there are guidelines from DILG, as of now, ang LGU, iba-iba din generally yung requirements for the issuance of the license to operate or the mayor's permit. Pero pag nakakuha ka na ng business name, ang license to operate, may mga secondary siya, may mga industry siya na may secondary registration. Halimbawa, pag into travel agency ka, you need to have an accreditation with the Department of Tourism. If you are into food and cosmetics, you have to obtain a license to operate from Food and Drug Administration. If you're into financial services, pawn shop, lending, you have to have a secondary permit from the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. If you will establish a learning centers, you have to have a secondary permit from the DepEd. Or when you are into woodcraft, anything related ng wood products, you have to have a permit from DENR. If you are a contractor, you go into contractor, you have to obtain accreditation from SIAP, the Construction Industry Association of the Philippines. Or if you go into repair shop services, you have to obtain a secondary permit from the Fair Trade and Enforcement Bureau of DTI. May accreditation po sa lahat ng repair shop. Pag nakakuha ka na ng mayor's permit, you proceed with the Bureau of Internal Revenue. The Bureau of Internal Revenue is issuing a certificate of registration and the authority to print receipt. Sila po yung nagbibigay ng magpapaprint ka na ng resibo. Ang pagprint po kasi ng resibo, hindi yan na parang ipaprint ko lang kahit saan. May accredited po na printing press ang BIR. So you have to get it from them. And the next one is you have to register with the mandated agencies sa mga nagbi-business. Ito ngayon ang tanong. Anong mandated agencies? SSS, DOLI, PhilHealth, at saka Pag-ibig. Sabi nila, ma'am, ako lang naman isa. Pag nagbi-business ka kasi, ang pinaparegister mo dito sa mandated agencies na to, you register as an employer. As an employer, not as an employee. Halimbawa ako, may SSS number ako as an employee. Pero when you do business, you should have a number, an employer number. So yung pinaparegister mo is an employer. Employer number. Yun po, generally. So bakit kailangan ba magparegister ng business? Because you will stay small. As in, hanggang dyan ka na lang kung hindi ka rehistrado. Kung nagkakarinderya ka at hanggang ayaw mo magpa-register, hanggang dyan ka na lang, tatakbo-takbo ka pag in-enforce ng LGU na hindi ka pwede. Alam mo yun? You fly by night, hindi ka mag-grow. So if you are serious in doing business, you apply for you register your business. Ngayon lahat, sasabihin nila, ay ma'am, kasi maliit lang naman kami. Bakit ba kailangan kasi ng magbabayad pa kami ng tax? There is a law that provide incentives for startup or existing business with asset size less than 3 million. That's BMBE. How to avail that? You just have to have a business name. And then you fill up the form in all Negosyo centers all over the Philippines. If you are in Quezon City, the nearest Negosyo center, you have to come in Alimall. That's in the 3rd floor government center. We issue the Certificate of Authority of BAMBI. Ano ang BMBE? Nagbibigay siya ng income tax exemption. Nagbibigay siya ng exemption from the minimum wage. At saka sa case ng Quezon City, nagbibigay siya ng discount sa business tax sa pagbabayad ka ng mayor's permit. So bakit hindi ka magre-register? Meron naman, you are exempted from the income tax. It's not hard. Dati kasi taga-LGU yung nag-i-issue nito, may bayad. Ngayon, sa amin now, you go to DTI or Negosyo centers, it will be issued. It's that easy, very easy. In Alimall, despite the pila, you can get that within 20 minutes because I just have to countersign it. You just have to prove na hindi ka 3 million and most of us are below that. At wala namang bayad. So for us in the department, we are encouraging to mainstream all household businesses into a regular business para may chance tayong umangat. Mag-improve naman yung operation natin pag registered na tayo. So after mo ng step 4 mo, pwede ka nang mag-start ng business. As to the babayaran, iba-iba po bawat LGU. As to the BIR, hindi naman ganun kakamahalan. I was told, hindi na, kasi nagtatanong ako, usually, bakit ba ayaw ng, anong sabi nila, ang hirap-hirap, ma'am, ang mahal-mahal. When we start a business, we have to have in mind na talaga, we have to invest our time and effort. And in starting a business, talaga namang may capital ka. So kasama dapat sa capital mo ang mag-formalize ng business operation mo. So yun po. Yan na po yung last ng monologue ko. I-share ko lang yung sabi ni Eleanor Roosevelt. Sabi nga, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. So keep on dreaming, work on your dreams, work hard, work harder because there's no such thing. Few are lucky. There are lucky na maayos lang. Pero most of us, we have to work hard because that's life. That's really life. And I guess that's the best mindset that we should have. For us to succeed, we have to work because success is more beautiful when you work for it rather than binigay lang sa'yo. Thank you for question and answers. Pwede na tayo.
Alright. Maraming salamat po, Ma'am Glenda. Thank you so much for all of the wisdom that you shared, no? So, before we jump into our question and answer, I actually want to do a short poll para makilala naman natin yung ating mga participants. So, for all of the participants, please open your, look at your screen and we will be launching 2 questions. So, the first question is, do you have a current business? Can you please vote if you currently have a business? The other question is, what is driving you to open your business? Is it passion? As in, gusto nyo pong magkaroon ng pera dahil sa inyong hobby? Number 2, is it money? Gusto mong magkaroon ng pera? Is it inclusion? Gusto mo na maging isang advocate for persons on the autism spectrum at gusto mo masali tayo sa general society? Or number 3, family, na merong pangangailangan ng inyong pamilya at you would like to help. So let's start with that, no? So we are getting a lot of votes coming in now. in terms of creating a business, leading po ang wala. So karamihan sa atin, walang negosyo. Meron ng negosyo. So I guess they're also attending the seminar in terms of learning more about how they can grow, and very likely also about how they can include their children on the autism spectrum. At syempre, ang dahilan kung bakit sila nandito, karamihan talaga gustong maging makatulong sa pamilya. So yun po ang pinakamataas natin. And of course, yung tulong sa pamilyang yon, tulong na pinansyal. 'Di ba? Parang yun yung driver talaga natin. Secondary na lang talaga yung personal passion and personal need for inclusion. So ayun po, I think that's we will continue to keep that poll open. You can answer while we are going through the question and answer. So kung gusto nyo so at this point po, please open your videos. Please open your camera so that we can see your faces. Huwag nyo po munang bubuksan ng inyong mic unless you want to talk. So kung gusto nyo pong magtanong ng question, you can raise your hand using the reaction button on the bottom, or you could add your question or your note to the chat box. Di po ba? So, ma'am, gusto ko lang po sana rin mauna, no? So, ang sabi nyo nga po, gusto nyo lahat ng tao, lahat ng bagong negosyo, mag-register na agad dahil that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Pero po, minsan, halimbawa, nag-uumpisa ka pa lang or you're still testing your market, hindi pa alam masyado yung business idea mo, parang nagta-trial ka pa lang, hindi market testing pa lang, hindi pa siya full-blown. Kailangan na po ba mag-register?
Yung iba kasi, nagsa-start lang sila na parang hobby. Yung market mo, halimbawa sa subdivision namin ngayon, maraming entrepreneurs na dahil sa pandemic, pwede ka nang mag-order ng ganyan. That's market testing. That's okay. But if you want na maging regular na yan, you have to register it. I guess 6 months of market testing or maximum ng 1 year, you have to register it. Especially if you go out, your customers are now beyond your community, beyond your barangay. That is good for you and for the customers also. Always, pwede namang mag-market test.
Okay. Is it the same thing, ma'am? Halimbawa, yung mga nasa Lazada, nasa Shopee, kasi ang dali na mag-register as an online merchant. Pagkatapos yung iba po, meron lang sarili nilang website. So parang lalagay lang nila sa Facebook, gagawa ka ng Facebook page, mag-drive ka ng traffic dun sa online webpage mo. There's a lot of businesses na ganon.
Oo po. Marami din ma'am nag-register na ng online store. Kaya isa sa mga pinakamarami ngayon na nag-register is online store and online shop. Yung mga nagla-live.
Oo, yung mga live setting.
Yung mga minors tawag nila sa akin. Sabi ko, ano ba yun ma'am? Ma'am, online lang po ako. Minors. Nag-register po sila as online shop.
Okay. Tapos ano yun ma'am? So, kahit nasa Lazada, kahit nasa Shopee, kahit na Facebook live ka lang, kailangan meron ka pa ring registration.
Opo, online, you register as online shop. Yung lahat po sa Shopee at sa Lazada will not accept without registration. You have to have your COR and you should have your business name.
Okay.
That's the list that they are asking.
Okay. Tapos ma'am, so siguro, like you said, no, kailangan may puhunan tayo. Before we start any business, dapat you have to have puhunan. Pero syempre, iba-iba naman ang ability natin na magkaroon ng puhunan. Yung sa registration po, from step 1 to step 4, may estimate ba tayo ma'am magkano magagastos natin?
Ay, depende po kasi ang assessment. For example, sa business name registration for DTI, I can speak for it because it's standard. If, for example, sari-sari store ka lang, you will get the scope of barangay. 4 kasi ang scoping ng business name sa sole proprietor. We have the barangay, barangay, city, municipality, regional, at saka national. Ano po yung scoping? Ang scoping ng business name, nagsasabi lang na halimbawa, pag sa barangay, Glenda Sari-Sari Store, Barangay Fort Bonifacio, ibig sabihin yung tagging ng name mo, dyan lang sa barangay. Pwedeng magkaroon ulit ng Glenda Sari-Sari Store sa, ano pa bang barangay ng Taguig? Hindi ko na alam. So pinagsama, halimbawa, pwedeng magkaroon ng ganon, which is okay. Okay lang naman. Pwede ka mag-start as a barangay. That's 200 pesos plus 30 pesos na documentary stamps, and that's for 5 years, ma'am.
Sa DTI yun, ma'am, mga
DTI.
200 lang.
Pero 230.
Sa ano po, sa BIR,
BIR,
tsaka yung mga secondary licenses, tapos yung
pag halimbawa mga online store, ang wala namang secondary licenses yun. Pero pag gumagawa ka kasi ng manufacture ka halimbawa ng mga sabon, automatic yun sa FDA kasi sensitive ang mga ganong products. I know na mahal ang FDA. Kasi you have to set up yung parang pag nag-manufacture ka. But if you're into trading, hindi naman po ganun kamahal.
Pero yun lang nga, ma'am. So, I guess my follow-up questions is yung, kasi mahirap po minsan ma-maneuver yung secondary licenses. Na parang, ngayon ko rin lang nalaman na pag may coffee shop, tapos meron kang mga beans na gagamitin, kailangan meron kang license from a coffee board or something. Basta, parang ang daming mga secondary licenses. Yung negosyo center po ba natin sa DTI, pwede po bang makatulong para ma-assess noon sa business owner kung ano yung mga secondary licenses na kailangan nila?
Actually, ma'am, they have just to go from us. Pag may business name ka, you just have to go to LGU. They will be the one to identify ano ang secondary secondary license na ibibigay sa'yo bago kanila isyuhan ng license to operate. Okay. May listahan na yan sila. Pag, for example, ako, may business name na ako. Punta ako ng LGU, ganitong business ko, they will give you the rundown of requirements.
Okay. That's good. So yan po. So for everyone, if you want to know more about resources, establish your business, punta lang po kayo sa pinakamalapit na negosyo center ng DTI. So sa Quezon City po, si Ma'am Glenda po ang Diyosa ng DTI sa Alimall. Punta lang po tayo doon. Ma'am, meron po tayong mga ibang questions, no? Let's see. Can we ask, I think si Ross ng Davao. May tanong si Ross. Ross, naka-on na ba ang iyong video? Okay, si Ross po tinatanong, is MLM a business and is it covered by law? MLM is multi-level marketing. So yung nagre-resell po ng mga iba't ibang produkto. Oh, ayun na pala si Ross. Hi, Ross.
Hi po.
Ross, sige, tanong mo ang saan ba humuhugot niyang tanong na yan? At may question ka tungkol sa multi-level marketing.
Kasi may business center po ako sa Fort Usana. I'm doing my business with Usana since March po. I'm just trying to ask if kailangan po ba as independent distributors, kailangan po ba ng mga necessary documents po kasi sa Usana meron din po kami mga documents na required lalo na pag lumaki yung negosyo. For my part, maliit, nagsa-starting pa lang yung business, pero yung sa mga mentors namin doon, like yung mga $1 Million Club member, yun na sila mismo, nagre-register na po yun.
Opo, sir. You need to register po as a trader. Yung nagtitinda ka, di ba nagtitinda ka? Yes, so your registration, single proprietor is a trading. You just go to any nearest negosyo center, and then they will guide you on your business name. But the dulo nun is trading. For example, if it's a food supplement, that's halimbawa, Glenda Food Supplement Trading. Yan po yung business name mo.
pwede ko magpalap po. Kailangan mo pa kagad na i-ano yan siya, i-register. Di ba sabi niya po is 3 million pababa, wala po ng tax at saka
Opo. You can get a BMBE, you register, and then you get the certificate of authority. Pag nag-register ka ng business name, automatic, sasabihin mo, ay ma'am, magpaparegister po ako ng BMBE. Gusto ko pong mabilong as BMBE, maliliit na negosyo na ang kanyang asset size is less than 3 million. Pwede yun, mai-issue ka agad ng DTI.
Oh, so, Ross, I guess you have to look for local resources in Davao para makahanap ka ng tamang resource, no? So, hanapin mo yung DTI Negosyo Center dyan sa Davao City. Tapos sana nga merong mga online lahat, no? Kung pwede sana.
Naka-online po yan, ma'am. Actually, ang business name registration naka-online. It's just that the BMBE, you cannot do it online because we need someone to countersign it. We need to make sure na that is less than 3 million.
So yun, Ross. So we'll have another conversation. We'll send everyone the deck or the PowerPoint that Miss Glenda has para nandoon yung steps. Okay? So follow those steps. And ang sagot sa tanong mo is kahit MLM distributor ka, kailangan ka pa rin mag-register kasi may income. So lahat ng may income kahit maliit lang, umpisahan na natin ng tama kasi yun gusto natin i-support na sustainable ang iyong negosyo. So, maraming salamat, Ross. Our next question is from, I think this is Miss Amy Alviso. Nasaan ba? And then, si Miss Amy yata is one of the leaders of ASP. And there we go. And Miss Amy, anong kwento? Anong iyong tanong?
Good morning to all. Good morning, Ma'am Glenda. Ang tanong ko lang po, kasi nag-stop po yung business namin since pandemic. Magbabayad pa ba ng mga taxes? And other question, kung yung owner PWD ba, may discount siya sa mga taxes?
You ask po ng BIR. Generally po, if you stop operation, you have to inform BIR na you stop operation, you have to declare of 0 sales para po hindi pa ka po magbayad ng tax. Yung gagawin lang ito kasi hindi kasi nadidiscuss. Pag kumuha po kayo ng COR or Certificate of Registration at authority to print receipt sa BIR, tanungin nyo na po kung, ay ma'am, ano po ba yung bayaran nito para ma-discuss na sa inyo on how to do it. If wala po kasing sales, pwede ka namang mag-declare na 0 sales para wala kang tax.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Ma'am, ngayong pandemic po, yung ngayong pandemic lang po.
Pareho rin lang yun, ma'am.
Ayun po. Kailangan mong inform ang BIR na 0 sales ka.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Ma'am, last question. Pagka kunwari sa mga business like mga sports club, ganyan, ngayong pandemic ba, kahit close lahat yon for almost 2 years, ang members ba kailangan magbayad pa rin monthly?
Ay, depende po yun sa, anong tawag dyan? Sa agreement na pinirmahan nyo.
Okay, sige. Thank you, ma'am.
Ayan. Thank you, Miss Amy, for your question. So, yun ang hindi madalas na pag-uusapan, na we're always talking about registration, pero dahil hindi naman lahat ng negosyo nagsasucceed, kailangan nating i-close down. Huwag niyo po i-tenga lang kasi kapag mag-establish pa kayo ng next business, magkakaroon po kayo ng open cases. So dapat lalo na ang BIR, naku, napakahirap po. Magka-problema
BIR and COA are real agencies. They will find you.
Correct.
They will really find you.
And now po na everything is digital. Madami ng trail So parang may Facebook page ka, ibig sabihin nagbebenta ka. So yung mga ganon, madali po tayong mahanap. Meron pa pong tanong ito, si Lenny Tondo. Are you in the room, Lenny? Lenny also has another, okay, there we go. Hi, Lenny. Let's add Lenny to our spotlight. So, Lenny, please ask your question.
Ay, nakamute.
You don't have audio, Lenny.
Hello? Hello po? Hello?
Ayan, now we can hear you.
Bali, ang question ko po is, ano po kayang business na may sasuggest yun na specific siya sa yung may autism? Pero undiagnosed po ako, pero feeling ko belong ako sa group na yun. Ano po kayang magandang business? Yung, kasi nga yung weakness ko is, yung parang takot akong yung umangat. Pero, kasi na-diagnose din yung anak ko na may autism, so, nagte-therapy siya, so, kailangan ko ng extra ano po kayang kwan?
Si Ma'am Glenda, let's start with you po. Ano po ba ngayon ang mga click na negosyo?
Online shop. Everybody is into online. Be it delivery services, be it yung nagtitinda na mo yung ukay-ukay nga ngayon, naka-mine na. Yung just online store, online shop. Yun po yung pinaka-in ngayon. Pero kasi, ang pagbibusiness, ma'am, hindi po kasi sinasabi ng third person. Kasi dapat ikaw alam mo. Kasi halimbawa, may pulis, no? Nag-retire siya, malaking milyon niya. Pulis siya. Alam mo ba kung anong business niya? Laundry shop. Eh sabi ko, sir, mahilig ka ba mag-laundry? Sabi niya, yung nga ng basa eh. Ayaw niya ng basa. So meaning, always pag nag-business ka, i-consider mo ang sarili mo. Ano ba ang gusto ko? Kasi when the going gets rough, you can persevere pag gusto mo. You can go further. Pwede kang mag-extend pa ng pasensya. Pero pag hindi mo na siya gusto, hindi. Pareho ako. Kung halimbawa, granting no, sigurado ako na hindi ako magbi-business related sa food. Kahit na ngayon, I learned how to cook. Sure kasi ako na until now, ayoko talaga ng gas range, honestly. Gusto kong kumain but I don't like lutuan. So technically hindi ako pwede sa karinterya o sa food related. Kakain lang ako, pero I cannot go into that. So yung pagnenegosyo, ma'am, always i-consider mo ano ang sa sarili mo na pwede mong magawa. Ngayon, ang pinaka-in ngayon is online shop. Plantito, plantita. There's a lot who earned a lot because of that.
Thank you, Ma'am Glenda. And Ma'am Lenny, I'd also like to kind of put my word in. So sa ASP Autism Works, of which I am the executive sponsor, one of the things that we start with is passion. You have to tell me what your dreams are. You have to tell me what your passion is so that we can connect you with your passion. So that's from an employment standpoint. Also, as a parent to a young man on the spectrum, maliit pa lang po siya, as in 13 pa lang, dapat nag-uusap na tayo kung ano yung gusto mong kabuhayan, ano yung gusto mong what do you want to do in life? What do you want to achieve? Are you want to be an entrepreneur? You want to be a doctor? Dapat yung mga ganong klaseng pag-uusap na nauumpisahan na ng maaga. So, tama po si Mami, hindi pwedeng third person, dapat first person. Kayo lang po yung makaka-determine kung ano yung magiging negosyo nyo. Kasi depende rin yun, not just on your interest, but on your resources. Meron po ba tayong pang start? Ano ba yung mga nasa paligid natin na hindi natin kailangan bayaran? Di ba yung pagtatanim, magputol ka lang ng kamote, di ba? Pwede mong paugatan yun, pwede ka na magparami ng kamote. So, it really depends on you and what your passion is. And I think moving forward, the ASP Negosyo webinar series really wants to cultivate that. Ano ba dapat? Yung inumpisahan ni Ma'am Glenda na business plan, kailangan po i-workshop natin yon. Dahil hindi naman po lahat kasi, sabi nga ni Ms. Glenda, parang, ang hirap magsulat, ang hirap pag-isipan nito. So, kailangan po natin i-workshop, lalo na dun sa mga taong may autism. Minsan, hindi madali i-organize lahat yun. Kaya, yun po yung itutulong ng ASP para po maka-move forward tayo dito. Yung ating ASP Negosyo project is actually something that will involve more learning events and also more coaching sessions. Coaching sessions, workshops, yun po yung susunod natin gagawin. So sana po makatulong yun, Ma'am Lenny. Do you have any other questions?
Ayun lang po.
Okay, maraming salamat po, Ma'am Lenny. The next question po is from Ma'am Maureen. Hi, Ma'am Maureen. Nasaan ka na? Yan, Ma'am Maureen Cordero.
Good morning po, ma'am. Good morning, Ma'am Glenda. Yung question ko po, kasi last year nagplan ako na into virtual assistance, yung freelancing.
Yeah.
At nabalita po noon na parang lahat ng mag-online kailangan daw mag-register.
Opo.
Pati sa BIR. Ang worry ko po kasi paano po yun kasi mag-start pa lang ako. So paano pag halimbawa wala pa po ako makitang clients, inaalala ko yung mga babayaran din po sa sa BIR, yung mga ganun po. Pag mga virtual assistant po ba, required pa rin po ba na magpa-register?
Yes po. Yes po. Lahat po ng business, technically, you need to register. Yung sinasabi nilang virtual assistant, that's a service. Minimal lang naman yung minimal lang naman yung binabayaran dyan. Usually, the local government is very lenient when it comes to services done at home. Kahit dito sa Quezon City na, this is the biggest city, ito yung pinakamahal na syudad. Pero they are so lenient with personal na pang house related na business. You have to, because later on they will ask you for the receipt. And the Paymaya, they need to have your bank account. And unless the bank, ito kasi per experience to, may mga teachers sa Thailand dati na umuwi na sila. They settle here for good. And what they did was, sila yung dinadaanan, parang sila yung pinapadalhan kasi hindi naman lahat may bank. Parang sa kanila, pag magpadala ka ng ilang baht, may dagdag lang sila ng 15. Ngayon, the bank will not approve of that under the money laundering. So they are required to have a business name for them to hindi sila matatag sa money laundering.
So ito ma'am yung mga ito yung mga nagre-register sa mga online parang freelance websites, Upwork, yung mga ganon. Merong mga ganon, yung mga so kailangan po as a virtual assistant, you have so ano ma'am yung difference nung yun tsaka kung just register meron ka ng BIR as an employee, 'di ba? Meron din po doon na na parang self-employed, like meron kang service. Di ba pwedeng diretso na lang sa BIR yon without?
Opo, pag service, generally ganun po yung ginagawa. Okay. Service.
So diretso na yung ire-report na lang po yung revenue sa BIR.
Sa BIR.
Pero
on
hindi
your
kailangan. Yes, pero hindi na po kailangan ng DTI registration noon. Kasi may PIN ka na eh.
Hindi. You need a DTI. Kasi po lahat po yan magsa-start ng first step. Ang first step po sa business is you have a name. If you are the owner, single, you have to take a name from DTI.
Okay. Pero ano yung difference ngayon, ma'am, ng parang freelance work at saka ng single proprietorship?
Opo, yun po talaga ang katulad ngayon, yung dental clinic, dati hindi yan sila required to have a name. Kasi dentist naman ako eh. Bakit PRC ko lang yung kailangan ko? Now BIR requires them to have a business name. Parang kahit Glenda Dental Clinic. Even if it's just barangay 230, you have to have the name.
Okay, so it's the same concept as professionals like
yes.
dentists, doctors,
yes.
lawyers, na kahit wala silang tindahan, servisyo lang nila, kailangan meron pa.
Yes. Medical services. Pag wala kang clinic, medical services.
O ayun, Miss Maureen.
Yes.
So ano naman po yan, hindi naman, so the registration, hindi naman
the name.
At least the name.
The name.
Tapos, i-report mo lang sa BIR.
BIR.
Oo. Tapos, Pero kailangan mo pa ba ma'am ng ng business permit? Wala kang physical space?
The anong tawag? The professional na mga licenses, I think they are fighting for that, na wala silang LTO, license to operate from LGU. Pero kung sa mga virtual assistant, you just have to have the name and ask them. Minimal naman ang fee. Hindi naman ganun kalaki.
Applicable po ba yung pwede po ba pwede ko bang ma-avail tong sa BIR po na BNBE po na
Opo, serviceman or goods, you can apply for BMBE.
So ma'am, si Maureen po is from Pasay. So pwede yang pumunta sa MOA.
Punta ka sa MOA.
Doon sa ating negosyo center sa MOA para kasi ma'am ang nanonotice ko parang minsan yung LGU din iba-iba ang
iba-iba ang requirements ng
LGU. So so may depende sa LGU yun. So tanong natin sa Pasay ma'am kung ano ang
ano ang pag-take nila.
Maraming salamat Miss Maureen. Tapos si Matt was actually asking kung paano mag-start ng online business. So Matt, hintay ka lang kasi we're going to now that's the next step. Yung talagang details on how to do an online business. Siyempre, business planning muna tayo, bago tayo mag-start dyan. Si Ma'am Jeng naman, si Ma'am Jeng Rodriguez of Manila has a question about PWDs. Saan ba si Miss Jeng? Miss Jeng, magbukas ka ng iyong ayun. Wala yatang wala yatang video si Miss Jeng. Miss Jeng, mag-audio ka na lang. Magtanong ka na po. Okay. Ang tanong ni Miss Jeng is actually about meron po ba tayong mga extra deductions kung PWD ang entrepreneur or kung nag-hire ka ng PWD?
As far as I know, there's none.
Okay.
I think now there's none.
Oo.
But the local government, I guess, they have special programs for that. For example, Manila, Isko Moreno is pushing for that. Na they are giving incentives for those who employ senior citizens or PWD because they have to mainstream in the society. We should not do away with it. But at the level at the national, I'm not so sure with the incentives.
Ako naman po, I do know of the Equal Employment Act. It is a law that requires government agencies to hire 1% PWDs. It also gives incentives to employers who hire PWDs. However, meron nga po tayong ASP Autism Works Program. Ilang taon na po akong nagbabalik-balik sa DOLE, sa BIR, sa DOH on the process. Ano ba yung step 1, step 2, step 3? Hindi po nila ma-articulate sa akin. So, andyan na po yung batas. Meron na pong memo on responsibilities. Pero yung steps, yung operationalization nung batas, hindi ko pa rin po ma-articulate. And talagang naghahanap po ako. So, we will continue to have conversations with our friends from government para po ma-explore natin yun. Kasi importante rin. Kasi, ano yun ma'am, parang 10%, according to the law, 10% tax incentive against all of the salaries you have paid to PWDs. Ang pwede mong makuha. Meron pang additional incentives kung halimbawa, meron kang employee na may orthopedic disability at nagpa-renovate ka, nagpalagay ka ng rampa, nagpa-widen ka ng toilet. All of that, merong kasama na tax incentive for your cost. So parang, I think 50% of the cost of renovation, iko-cover ng BIR as a tax deduction. Pero yun nga, yung operationalization nung policy, hindi ko po alam kung
it should be the work of the SWD, I guess. They have to push.
Actually, ma'am, according to the law, it is BIR, DOLE, and DOH. So yun po yung mga key agencies involved in that So we also have another question from Ma'am Lerma about the requirements, yung specific requirements, no? One of the things she highlighted here are the regular reports. So yan po ang kadalasan na nagiging problema ng mga bagong entrepreneurs. Kapag nag-register po tayo sa BIR, may mga regular reports po niyan. Titignan niyo po yung COR ninyo kung anong report ang required. So doon, yun po yung magsasabi kung meron kayong monthly report, quarterly report, value added, marami pong gano'n eh. So depende na lang po yun. So yun Ma'am Lerma. Tapos in terms of taxes for PWD owners, wala po. So the taxes are against revenues. Tama po ba Ma'am Glenda?
Opo.
So yun. Okay. Mayor's permit daw po ba kailangan pang magbayad?
Yes. That is a technical na tawag dyan is business tax. Business tax. So sa Quezon City, pag BMBE registrant ka, they give depending on their assessment, they give discounts. For the pandemic, the maximum feedback we receive from clients mismo is they gave maximum ng 50% ng business tax. Dati, pre-COVID, 20% lang yung narinig namin. But you have to ask because they will never volunteer that information. If you are a BMBE registrant, you have to tell them politely, Sir, BMBE registrant po ako, mag-a-avail po ako ng discount. It will never be given on your plate. You have to ask for it because number one, they are not mandated to do that. It is a privilege na binibigay nila. So you have to ask. So every time we issue BMBE in Quezon City, we always tell them, ask for it because it is not freely given.
So si Sir PJ Mall from Santiago Isabela is also asking po, no, if the business is under the name of the son, ano po yung discounts na makukuha nila? Same question po yata ito.
Same.
Oo, same,
yes,
no?
answered na.
Opo. So in terms of, pero ano sir, I think pwede siyang mag-fall under the Bambi law. As in, pwedeng hindi kayong magbayad ng taxes kung under Bambi kayo. Pero yung discounts on business permits, yun po yung medyo hindi pa natin I don't think that we have that, no? All right. So yun na po actually yung ating questions. All of those who have asked questions, we were able to entertain. I'd like to ask everyone to open their microphones now for our group photo.
There's a smile. 1, 2, 3. Okay, next batch. This is the last batch, second batch. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sir Senin. We are at the end of our session today. And one of the things that really struck me today is yung sinabi po ni Ma'am Glenda na we have to earn, we have to learn. So yun po yung kailangan natin gawin moving forward. Lahat po tayo na may dreams of becoming a successful entrepreneur. I would like to thank Doc Mao of Leonard Cheshire Disability Philippines Foundation, Miss Glenda Loloy, Miss Sylvia Ron, Miss Beth Panaligan, Miss Zenaida Pre of DTI. I'd also like to thank Miss Helen Cheng and Sir Senin Faderogao for helping conceptualize and execute this initiative. Thank you all for attending this learning event, and this will be the first of many conversations. We would like to have more productive conversations on how you can all be successful entrepreneurs for yourselves as self-advocates and for your families. Thank you all for aspiring to create autism-inclusive businesses, and thank you for helping build an Autism OK Philippines. Maraming salamat po. Thank you.